In case you missed it, last week the Mortgage Bankers Association, National Association of Realtors, and National Association of Home Builders called on the Fed to provide market certainty about its rate path. The ongoing market uncertainty about the Fed's rate path has exacerbated housing affordability, according to this coalition of housing trade groups. They have directly asked Fed Chair Jerome Powell to make two clear statements. Number one, that the Fed does not contemplate further rate hikes, and number two, the Fed will not sell off any of its mortgage-backed security holdings until and unless the housing finance market has stabilized and mortgage to treasury spreads have normalized. What this really means is that they want the Fed to commit to stopping interest rate increases and to cast vision for what the future looks like for housing and shelter in America. Behind this has to be their own concerns, representative of homeowners and renters alike, in addition to the public consumer. We ended last week with no formal response, but this week we have a ton of Fed members making speeches, and we'll have to see if they even make any reference to this call by these very influential housing trade groups. Before last week's stronger inflation reports, the mood and comments from Fed officials was that the Fed was likely finished increasing rates. Now that view is being rethought. As noted previously, inflation news flips the media storyline. After PPI and CPI both came out strong month over month, the news headlines indicate that the Fed may not be finished increasing rates. Three Fed officials commented last week that the finish line was approaching. Fed Governor Michelle Bowman said rates may need to rise further and stay higher for longer than previously expected to get inflation down to the central bank's goal. So basically, we're back to Fed uncertainty, and they're not on the same page again. Watch for any change in tone or word choice with the majority of members making speeches this week. They're unlikely to tip their hand and let us know what cards they're holding, but after last week's inflation information, my money's on a final rate hike by the end of the year. And at this point, everybody knows the housing market is tight. And when the market is tight, we traditionally see creative solutions emerge from the banking sector in order to generate loan volume and open up opportunities for existing homeowners. This season is no different, with most homeowners having first mortgages in the 2s or 3% and sitting on all-time highs when it comes to home equity. The house will become the current and future ATM machine for financial solutions and opportunities for most homeowners. Home equity lines of credit or home equity loans are proving to be two emerging popular methods of converting home equity into debt payoff solutions, down payment funds for a second home or investment purchase, or the means by which to convert a garage to a studio or one bedroom, and even add an ADU to the current lot. So if you're over here thinking about how you can leverage your equity to advance your personal financial outcomes, there's several ways to do that right now. And you can still do it wisely by leaving your first mortgage alone. So with that, let's take a quick look at what's coming up in the markets this week. Right up front, didn't we just hear like 8 Fed members speak last week? Yes. And they're running that same play this week? Yes. I get it. I want to know everything I can about the economic impacts that are on their way, but this is starting to feel a little bit like narrative management. Monday, we get Empire State Manufacturing reading and Fed member Harker speaks. Tuesday, core retail sales and retail sales month over month both come out, and 2 more Fed members speak. Wednesday, building permits and housing starts come out, and 5 Fed members speak. Thursday, unemployment claims, Philly Fed Manufacturing Index, existing home sales, Fed Chair Powell speaks, plus 5 more Fed members speak. And Friday, you guessed it, another Fed member speaks. And that's it for this week. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you catch every episode.